is the 16 to 35 2.8 Mark III. Good morning YouTube, what is happening? It is currently 10 AM in Sydney, Australia, and today is going to be a big day because I'm going to be doing lots of things because I'm going traveling tomorrow. First up, I'm updating my drone. It's not going well. First up, what is happening in this video? I'm going to go grab some gear at CPS. I'm going to tell you what CPS is, which is Canon Professional Services, but more on that later. I'm also filming a second video for the channel, which is going to be all about how to hack your hard drives and laptop for travels, pretty much, which is what I'll be using on the coming trip to the Northern Territory. 2 years ago, I went there for my very first social media influencer gig, which was awesome. I'm going back tomorrow for 6 days, and I cannot wait to show you all that. It's going to be pretty full on. The itinerary is jam-packed with cool shit, so yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let's get this day going because there's lots to do. I was getting increasingly worried update, but I just noticed it says finally update complete. That's good. All right, good to go. Now, got to figure out which gear I'm gonna bring. But first, let's head to CPS to go grab some other gear. Boom! Swoosh magic. Swoosh, swish, whip pan. Who knows? I've now made it to Sunstudios, which is a photo studio building where CPS is located, and CPS, as I mentioned before, is Canon Professional Services. If you are a professional photographer or videographer and you use a lot of Canon gear, you can register and you become a member of CPS, and pretty much any servicing you need or any gear loan or support, you can pretty much rely on CPS for that. Let me go inside, show you what's around, and we can talk a bit more, and also show you some hashtag gear porn. So I'm inside. I've just shot some B-roll of all the gear. This is it, I guess. This is gear heaven. Let me do a little walk around. So there's a ton of stuff on display here. It's a bunch of older cameras as well. Look at that flare. Awesome. I just love coming here because I just get so excited seeing all this stuff, like, you know, cinema cameras and cinema lenses and just a ton of gear, ton of lenses. It's just so much fun. And then in here is CPS, which is, as you can see, Canon Professional Services, and that is where you pretty much, as I mentioned before, you have any issues with your camera or need a service, sensor clean, lens repairs, whatever you want globally, because it's in pretty much all the major countries, you have a local servicing station, and it's really fast turnaround, and it's just amazing. I think even if you like break a camera in, say you're shooting sports in America and you break it there, you can get a loan there, and then you can bring it back to Australia and then they ship it back or something. That's a story I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true. I might put that in the comments. They might tell me off on that little fact or no fact, but yeah, it's a pretty great service. Now also, this is not a paid ad. This is me just explaining you what CPS is because I'm here quite often, and I got the question on one of the previous videos, like, what is that CPS? Also, my very first official video blog that I shot was shot here with Scott Stramick, who's now a member of the Canon Collective team. He showed us the $200,000+ lens, the Canon 1200mm 5.6. I shot that on my 5 DSR when I just had it on my 24 1.4, and the whole video blog's out of focus, which is quite funny. But yeah, if you want to go check out a really expensive lens, it's video blog #1. Now I'm here today to, I think I mentioned it before, I'm not sure, it's hard shooting a vlog like this, to get my sensors cleaned, possibly lenses, and then I'm picking up some gear, but I will show you everything I'm bringing on the trip tomorrow. I'll show you that later in the video. Swoosh, I'm back home. I'm setting up my little YouTube station filming setup to film what I'm going to bring on this trip. So, well, almost just film. That's what I'm using. Let me show you that on my phone, how it's going to look like on here. And that is what I end up with, pretty much. Little light camera, 1740. I don't know why I'm using that lens, just because it was on the Shogun to monitor what I'm doing. And this is what it's going to look like. Let's cut to this footage and show you what I'm bringing on this trip. Boom, and here we are. As you may have noticed, I'm rushing today quite a bit because I have a ton of stuff to do, including getting this sorted. So I'm going to the hairdressers or hair barber shop. I don't know what you call him. He does my hair. He's cool. Shane, shout out. So what am I bringing on this trip? Or first off, how do you prepare for a trip? I look at like, what am I going to be shooting on this trip? So I'm going to the Northern Territory, which is one of the darkest places in the world. So I'm like, yes, astrophotography and landscapes. Now, astrophotography, not really, because it's going to be full moon, smack dab in the middle of that trip, so I won't be shooting the Milky Way, but I will be shooting some moonlit landscapes. Even then, you need fast glass. What that means is the hole inside of the lens needs to be big. So low f-stops, like 1.4, 2.8, so lets in a lot of light. Also bringing a drone, but we'll talk about that later. So landscapes, obviously wide angles, but also a long lens. So let me go through the glass that I'm bringing, then the cameras, and then the drone, and then the extra stuff. First up, this is what I borrowed today from CPS. This is the Canon, the brand new, actually. This is the 16 to 35 2.8 Mark III, and I've never used it. I've heard amazing things. I wasn't a fan of the Mark II, and this one apparently just, you know, is absolutely stunning. So really looking forward to using that. It's going to be a good lens for astro and for landscapes, really wide, and a bit of a zoom in there as well. So that's good. Then, what else am I bringing? This is my 24-1.4. So that was a 2.8. This is a 1.4, as you can see, possibly. That is a significant hole inside of that lens. So I'm not a huge fan of how this lens performs wide open. It's got quite a lot of bad artifacts on the side, unfortunately, when shooting astro stuff. So yeah, that's just not ideal. Because I'll be bringing all this gear, it's going to be quite heavy. I try to go lightweight because there's a bit of hiking involved as well, I think. And that is the exact reason that I purchased this lens last year. It's a 7200 f4. You've seen it before in these gear videos, I think. By the way, the reason I'm doing another gear video is because they just get a lot of views and you people seem to love them. So thanks for watching and coming back and looking at all the gear vids. Then what else? Possibly my favorite Canon lens, because it performs so well. It is an optical beast. This is the 35mm 1.4 Mark II, and it is tack sharp, wide open. So if you're shooting at 1.4, it's phenomenal. They've used a new fluorite blue coating something in it, and it's like magic how good it performs. Then I'm also bringing this cheap little 50mm 1.8. If you're starting out in photography, this type of lens across the board for all brands costs you about 100 to 150 bucks. US or Australian, depending where you're from. And you know, optically they perform really well for the price. A little prime lens, and they're just really fun. And then just because I like it so much, I'm bringing a little 40mm 2.8 as well. It's got a polarizer on there. It's just really small, and you know, I probably won't really use it, but it's good to have it. And then the main shooting lens probably for daytime stuff is going to be the 2470 f4. Why? Because it's tack sharp, it's got image stabilizer, and if you've been following my Instagram story with the animals, that was all shot on the macro mode that this lens has. It just allows you to get so close to objects. Like you can zoom in on your thumb, like real close, and see the actual fingerprints and stuff. It's quite impressive. So, you know, plants, flowers, wildlife, if you can get close, works really well with that lens. Camera wise, I'm bringing, this is going to be probably the backup cam. This is my 5D3. It's a Canon. I mean, I assume we all know what this camera is. Then we have the Mark IV that I'm borrowing from CPS. So, CPS, it's on there everywhere. The main reason I'm bringing this is because I want to see how it performs in low light, and yeah, maybe try out the video a bit, but the majority of the video will be shot obviously on the 1DX that I'm running on now, as you probably would realize. So yeah, pretty excited to try out the 5D Mark IV that I co-launched with the Ink Shooter in Australia and New Zealand with the big live stream. This is months ago, but that was good fun. Then I have been approved to fly my drone commercially in some of the areas that we're going to. So I'm bringing my DJI Phantom 4 Pro, which I just upgraded the firmware of. It's a lovely little drone. It's just, yeah, I can't wait to fly it in the vast expanse of all those landscapes. I think that's going to be pretty exciting. Then, because I'll be editing everywhere on the road, I'm shooting this video later today, which is why I'm rushing this one, kind of. So I bought another 1TB SanDisk solid state drive. If you've never edited on solid state drives, get in it. Just pay a couple $100, get a case for it. This is an Orico case that I got off eBay. and that's pretty much going to go on these Velcro bits here. I've used that for ages now, and it's just the best. So you'll see that on my channel in the near future. It's the second video that I'm shooting today. Let's make sure that doesn't fall. Then, whoa, almost dropped that box, not good. A couple of remotes. These bad boys, I've talked about them before. They are so expensive, but they're so reliable. And the eBay ones, they're not always reliable. So these are the Canon TC80N3s that I'll be bringing. And then microphone-wise, I'll just be bringing this little thing. It's the Rode VIDEOMICRO. The bags that I'm bringing, it's a LOWEPRO. I can't show you because it's all spread out here. It's a bit of a mess. Probably 2 bags because I won't be fitting all 3 cameras in the drone bag. I'm bringing the THINKTANK HELIPAK, airport, whatever it's called. Put it in the description for the drone. And then I'm also bringing the LOWEPRO AW450 Pro Trekker. Now, depending on what we're doing on the trip, I'll be switching bags and shifting gear and stuff. Also, whoops. Also bringing this for editing. This is a QC35 BOSE. Awesome headphones, noise cancelling, all good. Bringing sunnies. And I'm running out of things to talk about, I think. Yeah, tripods, obviously. How else are you going to shoot time lapses? So this is the 190 MANFROTTO Go carbon fiber. It's an absolute beast. I love these twist lock legs. Pretty much unlock them like that, and then boom, you lock them, and that's how easy it is. Yeah, I don't have the other ones here, but also bringing some smaller tripods to be free, and I think probably 2 big tripods in total, and then the third camera that I'll be running will probably be shooting behind the scenes, a video blog or cinematics at that time of shooting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's going to be it for the gear. Let me just quickly check. Can't believe I did this all in one go. What else did I need to talk about? How do you prep for a trip? How do you prep for a trip? How do you prep for a trip? Yeah, just check out the goals of what you're trying to shoot and then adjust accordingly, obviously. So astrophotography, you need fast lenses, and for landscape, you usually need wide lenses, is what I've talked about before. And then for hiking, you know, keep it lightweight, which is what I'm doing. Jokes, no way, this is going to be very painful, especially in the NT where it gets quite hot. But I'm so excited to be heading back over there. I'm going to end the gear bit here. I might chuck in something else later. Of course, there's always something I forget to talk about. These are the POLARPRO, what are they called? Cinema Series filters for the drone. So it's the first time I'm going to use them, and I am pretty excited about that. Thanks POLARPRO for sending these over. This is not a paid ad. Maybe it is an ad. I don't know. They just sent this to me asking if I would review them. So we'll be doing that very soon. Woo! So these are the 2 bags I'm bringing that I was talking to you about before. Tripod bag, and then I think one of the bags is going to go in there for me when I'm traveling. And yeah, man, I am just like slightly stressing out about how much work I have to do before I leave. And on that note, I'm going to end this video blog right here. If you want to see more about my gear, I've got an Instagram that is dedicated to my gear. It's called @matjoez_BTS. Links in the description down below. If you want sneak previews and sneak peeks and sneak whatever you want, check out my Patreon page where you can support me and my channel and my tutorials and my knowledge sharing. It's patreon.com/matjoez, I think. Monthly competitions, photo and video competitions are starting soon, and that's going to be pretty fun. Thank you, Richie, for suggesting that. Yeah, can't wait to show you the NT. I think it's going to be pretty damn exciting. I'm super excited to go there, so yeah, hope you guys will be following along. Leave any comments, suggestions or questions in the comments down below. I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Good for him. And here we are on the good system. Alright, come on, no bloopers, let's just do it in one take.